Coach, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Check, 47. Tackles.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Go.
From the 25 on second down, Wilson, and it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
That's track. Shift. Watch the shift. Tight dog.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
One of the surprises of the first round, the Seattle Seahawks selecting running back Rashad Penny out of San Diego State. Highly regarded, but most people thought he would go in the second round.
But he did have an incredible senior year at San Diego State. Over 2,200 yards, 23 touchdowns.
He resembles Marshawn Lynch in build, but has the ability to take it the distance as well. Had 7 kick returns during his career at San Diego State for touchdowns.
Here's Wilson. And that's going to be to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the
through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this.
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10.
Alert.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. Myers, the AFC's Pro Bowl kicker from a year ago. He was 6 out of 7 from 50-plus last year, and he converts another one here. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield.
Quit talking about it and bring it. '55's mine, guys. 55. Easy, opposite. Get him. Hey, check right.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
All day, defense, all day. Check 9.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
And it's 3rd down. Ready, yellow lady. Here we go.
From midfield, here's Breeze. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
We have seen this before. We know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's Carson. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Buka team. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Good, 12.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. He's got Lockett. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. The first carry for C.J. Procise. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Silver.
They run it with Carson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Double count. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, good.
Wilson now on 3rd down. That's complete right around the 8. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. They come out here in the I. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Begin.
Penny will try to punch it in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
And the Saints first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You think you won't get this? You think you won't get this? Kill. Kill.
Running with Kamara. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
He was taken down by K.J. Wright. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5. Come on. You better bring it. 30 seconds.
Now Breeze. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. This time we'll throw left side complete. That's Carson. 22 yards there, a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go. Hey, watch it, watch it. Undercrush. Got it.
On first down, Carson stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the Saints' 24-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check it back.
This is Carson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Check.
58's the money. 58's the money.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go. 54, Mike. Hey, easy. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, check. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4.
Breeze going to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Ready? You ready?
Mike's 54.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They go back to Murray on first down. In on the stop, Bradley McDougal.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Breeze. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line.
First down, Saints.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D.
Breeze now to throw. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
The Saints spent a third-round pick on Traquan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees that moved him past Peyton Manning to become the all-time leading passer in NFL history.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And the Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. You call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
So we have reached halftime, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
You can't 11. Mark 55.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Go.
Here's Breeze to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Thomas. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Check, 5-8, 5-8. Check, right, 54. Right, 54. Easy, opposite. Watch the twist. Tonight.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Murray. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Bring it. 5-9.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cook. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Ready? Yellow lady?
Yeah, right there. 54 Mike.
Here we go.
They go play action here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
At the Seahawks' 22-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
95-56. 36. 54.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And Kamara has it stripped.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
You gonna see me? You kill.
Now Breeze. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got?
Here's Wilson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with McKissick. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. 14.
Throwing is Wilson. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Wilson going to hand it to Procise. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
52. Let's go 14. It's a safety creep.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Check. Check hot route. Hot, hot. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
On 3rd down. It's Carson, and he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Kill. Kill! Rush in! Rush! Hey, kill!
From the gun, it's a run. He is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, Saints.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play. Hey, easy. Mike 55, Mike 55. I got you, punk. Wide, get wide.
The toss to Murray, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Here we go. Whip.
Breeze is looking to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his second incompletion, and we're in the fourth quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum.
You kill.
Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Mike 55.
On third down, here's Kamara. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Check.
Four down.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Easy. Check.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
58, boys, 58, Mike. Here we go. Kill. Hey, switch gears.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They'll come out in the pistol. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts.
Gun. Got it.
One last shot for Wilson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Saints, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.